Hello, and welcome back. Today we are actually going to do something way different and go into the Skull Caverns. We got our Leah gift, which is kind of cool, so that means we're pretty far along our friendship with her. So we'll find a decent place for the sculpture. But other than that, we're just going to jump right into the caverns. We just have to do a little bit of watering, and then we are going to warp over there. Hopefully get to floor 100 plus for the bonus chest. I really want to get the Galaxy Sword, at least 3 diamonds so we don't run out of espresso. And ideally we'd get somewhere around 200 or more iridium. And maybe gift Sandy, which I don't think is going to happen because that basically requires us to leave early from the caverns or wait to go, so that's kind of like a stretch goal, I guess. But that is what we're doing today. It's going to be like a pretty standard Skull Caverns run. If you've watched me play before, it's nothing different. I use the same strategy all the time, which is basically ignore everything and go down as fast as you can. The only difference with right now is I don't really have a ton of resources, so I don't have bombs, I don't have a good sword, don't have a lot of staircases. The only thing that's like working for me is animation canceling, which allows me to swing my pickaxe obviously a lot faster. And I mean, we're already off to like a super good start with diamond, like a diamond right away. And that's pretty nice. The only thing that I want 3, and I will not continue unless I get 3, because without having those espressos, it just kills your momentum so much. So no matter how many times I did this day, I would not keep it unless I got 3 diamonds or more. Ideally more, because 3 is like the bare minimum to get through a day. Ideally you get like 5 or 6 diamonds. And I don't really want to use a crystallarium for diamonds because they take so long. Like I think it's like 4 days or something for 1 diamond, which I get it can be kind of valuable, but in my current circumstance it just didn't seem worth it. So yeah, I'm just gonna cruise down. Occasionally I will skip ladders for the crates in this specific style of room, just because you have a pretty high chance of getting like the farm warp totems or lucky rings occasionally. So I kind of always want to take my chances at that. And in this case, I got 2 warp totems, which is pretty cool. And those will be really nice if I find myself in like a really specific time constraint, or if I accidentally stay here a little bit too late. And that's usually why I use them. I don't really pass out often, even though I guess technically that's probably a better use of time. It's just not very common for me to do. And I won't really be killing a ton of stuff yet until I get my Galaxy Sword. And that's mostly just because the sword I have now kind of isn't very good. I like it for, I think I mentioned this, but I like it for Haymaker if once you enchant it, because Haymaker is like super powerful. Or not powerful, but it's really good for hay, and this sword swings really fast. And that's the only reason I like it. Also, as you may have mentioned, oh goodness, I'm tired again. If you may have noticed, I have now sped things up a bit. I'm gonna speed up this middle chunk, and in the future probably skip it, because nothing really happens on these middle floors. Like occasionally I'll find a chest, but most of the meat is kind of in the beginning where you gain momentum, and in the end when you're getting like crazy amounts of iridium and stuff. And I would say like overall for my first day in Skull Caverns, 1, it's only the 9th, so it's really good already. Like I usually don't get into Skull Caverns until closer to the Egg Festival, so like we're already off to a pretty good start. And what else? What was I saying? That's a good question. Oh, we're on a good pace. Usually I don't expect to get past 50 or so on my first dive. So being at like, what, 36 already at 11:20 is super good pace for a first day run. Now, obviously, circumstances are a little bit different this time, but it's still kind of nice. And that slime egg is cool because it's just pure money. It would have been nice to get lightning rod, or not lightning rods, but like a crystallarium or rain totems. But slime eggs they're nice early on, because I think the red ones are 2,500 and the purple ones are like 5,000. So I can't be too upset about that. 5 geodes kind of isn't great, but whatever. I will take it. And just another tidbit about those like treasure rooms. If there's any rocks in the room, it's usually worth breaking them until you expose a second ladder or a pit. It seems like there's a pretty high chance of pits in those treasure rooms, so I don't know, it's always worth breaking rocks in them. Unless there's 2 ladders already on screen. In that case, you can never get a third or a pit, as far as I know. And that floor, that dinosaur floor, I probably should have stayed on, because I need dinosaurs. I need to kill a lot of Pepper X's. I need dinosaur eggs. And I need the fossils for the museum. So probably not a great idea to skip it, but I can always come back later on. I need to be a little bit more mindful of fossils, just because our time is kind of running out. Not running out, it's just running low when it comes to unlocking the sewers. We really want to get that stuff rolling pretty soon. We need a lot of stuff from the sewers. Aside from Krobus, like the relationship with Krobus, I also need access to like a quest in the sewers. And I won't have that until I have the key from, what's his name? Oh, what's it, Gunther? Gunther or Gunther, I guess, depending on where you're from and how you say it. But he gives you the key with 70 artifacts donated. And I don't think we're very close to that now, but we should be able to get there, I don't know, next couple days if we start focusing a little bit more on it. And then we'll eventually obviously have to finish the whole museum, but that is a pretty low priority thing. I don't think you get much else from the museum, aside from a couple little vanity items after you unlock the sewers. But yeah, I mean, this is like a pretty good run. This is better than most early runs, I would say, for me. I know, like, with the slingshot... I know, I guess I don't have explosive ammo yet, so slingshot is not an option yet. Oh, here's more dinosaurs. I should kill him. I don't think I'm going to, it looks like. But that's okay. I don't know what I was saying. This is a pretty good run. I know I don't have slingshot access, and I don't have too many bombs, so it's a little bit slower. But if I can end up with a pretty fat amount of iridium, we'll be a lot closer to that 440,000 gold goal, which we need in the next like 20 days. And it's a lot of money, so hopefully we can make it there. And yeah, we're cruising. I mean, we'll hit that 100 no problem. And we have like 6 hours and we're already 6 floors away. This floor is not looking good for me, but luckily I was able to staircase out. There are some like, I'd noticed with the controller, there's a lot of disadvantages with combat situations. Like it's kind of hard to get out of a bad situation fast. But I don't know, I still like it. I still like playing on a controller. So, whatever. I don't know, I'll probably never stop. I'm not like mega serious about min-maxing, obviously. Otherwise I would never use a controller, but I don't know. I feel like I found a nice balance. And yeah, we got tons of iridium. This is kind of nuts. I think we'll get the backpack soon, because after today, we'll get that extra 10,000 gold bonus from Mr. Key, because we reached floor 20 or whatever it is. And so we'll get enough money to buy the backpack, and we won't have to worry about like constantly throwing away stuff to pick up stuff and this whole dance over and over again. And I almost threw away my sword right there on accident, which would have been less than ideal. And then, I don't know, life elixirs are okay. These weren't the best chests, but since everything else in this run was going so well, I didn't feel like it was really worth it to get too specific over the chests. Like ideally I would get some of the fruit trees I'm missing, or, you know, like I said, crystallariums and the rain totems. Rain totems, that's like the number one thing, but any of those items would have been nice. Or even like prismatic shards. That's something I've not achieved yet, or I've not acquired yet. And hopefully, I think I get it relatively soon, but I do get it, which is awesome. It's right there. And that was kind of the last thing I really, really needed to make this run viable. Had I not gotten that, I probably would have restarted in the next... Well, I probably would have went until midnight or so. And if I didn't have it, I would have to restart. And that's kind of a bummer, because it takes like about 25-30 minutes to run Skull Caverns. And so it's kind of a bummer when you lose a half hour and you like lose a recording and all that, because it's no longer usable, you know. But that's just how it goes, at least with this style of run. And those magma geodes, I really wish I was picking those up right now. But that's okay. It's something like magma geodes are really valuable. Like they're worth a ton of gold, and they're also like, they have a lot of really valuable minerals inside. So they're usually a pretty good pickup. They're probably better than a lot of the stuff I'm carrying with me now. Like I don't know if I have cloth. I don't know if I've killed any mummies. But I don't know, with the low bag space, you're just kind of hobbled in a pretty major way. And so, man, that was a brutal floor, but it's okay. I wonder if I think I'm just gonna not use an espresso. Oh, no, I lied immediately. Usually if it's like 9 or 10, I don't use an espresso, but it's 3 hours that you really should use it. Because you just move so much faster, and it's so much easier to stay alive if you have espresso. So I guess I am glad I used it. But that's why it costs so many diamonds to run these dungeons, you know? And these bats, man, that takes so long. I keep forgetting, like, with a bone sword, how long everything takes. And, oh yeah, hardwood, I need to get back on my hardwood grind. I've been very lazy when it comes to going to the what's it called? Secret Woods. And, oh, there's 2 more diamonds. So I got all the diamonds I need to. So I'm pretty much done on everything. But yeah, I've been really lazy when it comes to going to Secret Woods. So I'm for sure behind on my hardwood production. I think I only have like 130, and I need at least 200, or I think 300 total for everything I need it for. So I'll get back on that eventually. I know I have some mahogany trees to plant. That'll be really helpful, because once those plant, they kind of reproduce exponentially, it seems like. So we'll get into a good spot. We'll get into a groove. And so this is how most of the Skull Caverns runs will be. From here on out, they'll go relatively smoothly, but they'll be majorly sped up or completely skipped. At least big chunks will be. Just because once you've seen one, you've seen them all, you know? Unless something like completely crazy happens. Like I'll still have the entire file recorded, obviously. And I don't know if we get anything else good out of here. I feel like we kind of push our limit a bit on combat. Like this is not the safest situation to be in. And there's very little you can actually like get out of this. There's an iridium bar, I guess that's pretty cool. But I don't know if I have like the space for it. You know, like what can I get rid of for that? The answer is really nothing. Oh, I guess my bone sword. Because I'm going to get a galaxy sword in a second. So I guess that makes sense. Otherwise, nothing else is really worth scrapping. I don't know, I'm making some weird choices. Like, why did I keep the bone sword? That would have been the perfect item. Oh, well, I thought I was doing something pretty bright right there, and I just wasn't. That's okay, though. I think I just had faith that I can go a lot further than I actually could. So, oh well. Ideally, I would have scrapped my bone sword. But we'll get the galaxy sword. Galaxy sword, I said that weird. And we will, I don't know, cash out some diamonds so we don't have to go to the desert trader for a while. And we'll be in even better shape, essentially, for next time we go. We'll try to go again, hopefully tomorrow. It just depends on luck. I don't think I'll go unless it's good luck or better until I get a lucky ring. And then even then, I'll probably go on neutral luck days if I have rock candy. But I don't know, we'll see. We'll see how luck treats us, I guess. Sometimes luck can be, I don't know, sometimes luck feels better than other times. And that was a waste of a warp totem. I would have made it back just fine with the bus, but that's okay. I don't know, warp totems seem like they end up being pretty plentiful, especially once you get at this stage in the game. Like when you're running the caverns a ton, or if you start gambling, you can get tons of warp totems. So, and then we'll also start building up our furnaces. I want to get like, I don't know, 30 or 40, probably 40 furnaces total, just so we can smelt our iridium and stuff really, really fast. And we'll also need to smelt like 160 iron bars and 160 gold bars and refined quartz. So it's nice to be able to do them in big batches, you know. And otherwise, that's pretty much it for the run, or for the day. And next time, I don't know what we're doing yet. I think we're going to go in the caverns again. Do some, you know, normal stuff, gifting, errands, birthdays. Kind of the standard stuff. And we're going to go the scout route for combat, just because I like the quick charge on your hammer attack. I don't know what to... I'm not explaining it well, but you know what I mean. Anyway, next time we're back to gifts and a little bit of caverns. So I will see you then. Bye.